Day 1. Aswan. First taste of the Nile. I still remember the sensation of stepping into the warm Egyptian sunlight in Aswan. It wrapped around me like a silk shawl. After being picked up from my hotel by the lovely team from Memphis Tours, I was whisked straight to the cruise ship. It felt more like boarding a boutique floating hotel than a boat. My cabin had Nile views that instantly stole my breath. Not long after boarding, before lunch, we dove into the ancient heart of Aswan. Our first stop, the High Dam. Now, I've read about it before, but standing there and seeing the vast stretch of water tamed by sheer engineering was deeply humbling. Then came something I'd long dreamed of, the unfinished obelisk. It's huge, lying silent in a granite quarry. It's like a whisper from antiquity, left behind mid-creation. I walked along its side, marveling at the chisel marks from millennia ago. And then, Philae Temple. Oh, wow! Reached by boat, this jewel dedicated to Isis seemed to float on the Nile itself. Delicate reliefs danced in the sunlight, and I stood quietly in the sanctuary, feeling goosebumps rise. So much beauty, so much sacred silence. Lunch and dinner were served on board, the Nile gliding beside us in golden twilight. I dined under soft lanterns, sipping hibiscus tea. Summary of the day. The moment the Philae Temple appeared from the river, it felt like a mirage in stone. Day 2. Temples of the gods, Kom Ombo and Edfu. Early morning, we set sail. I stepped onto the sundeck and watched the sunrise bleed into the river. The breeze carried the scent of sand and water lilies. Our first stop, Kom Ombo Temple, dedicated to both Sobek and Horus. It was as mysterious as it was mesmerizing. Twin gods, twin halls, mirroring each other. The crocodile mummies in the on-site museum were both eerie and fascinating. I couldn't stop staring at their teeth. Then on to Edfu, one of the best preserved temples in Egypt. Our carriage ride to the site added a layer of local charm. Clip-clop hooves echoing through narrow streets. Standing inside the towering pylons of the Temple of Horus, I felt small in the best way possible. Every wall was a narrative, etched prayers and cosmic battles of gods and kings. By the time we returned to the boat, I was dusty, exhilarated, and starving. Lunch and dinner flowed into a relaxed evening as we drifted toward Luxor. Summary of the day? Touching the walls at Edfu, I felt the heartbeat of ancient Egypt echo beneath my fingertips. Day 3. West Bank wonders, kings and queens. Luxor. The name alone shimmers with majesty. After a hearty breakfast on deck, we set off for the West Bank. First stop, the Valley of the Kings. It was sweltering, but I didn't care. Stepping into those tombs, down narrow corridors with painted ceilings glowing in dim lamplight, it felt like being let into a secret. I was struck speechless by the artistry, especially in King Ramses IV's tomb. Then we visited the Temple of Queen Hatshepsut, that bold, elegant facade carved into the cliff. I remember standing before it, thinking she ruled as a pharaoh when women barely had rights. She built this. The last visit of the day was the Colossi of Memnon. These twin statues are like silent sentinels, giants of time. I sat nearby sketching them into my journal, their silhouettes etched against a pastel sunset. Back on the ship, dinner tasted even better after such a day. I shared stories with fellow travelers on the upper deck, our laughter dancing over the river. Summary of the day. Inside the Valley of the Kings, time stopped. It was just me and the whispers of the dead. Day 4. East Bank finale. Karnak and Luxor Temples. Our final morning was a masterpiece. We began at Karnak Temple, and honestly, I've never seen anything like it. The hypostyle hall with its forest of pillars, each one taller than a house, was jaw-dropping. Walking through them felt like stepping through time portals. I could imagine priests chanting, the smell of incense, golden rays sliding between stone. Then we visited Luxor Temple. The sphinx-lined avenue, the obelisk, the remnants of grandeur. It was magical. Even the missing twin of the obelisk, now in Paris, couldn't dampen the drama of this place. With a heart full of awe, I returned to the ship to disembark. I stood a few moments longer on deck, gazing at the river. The Nile hadn't just taken me from Aswan to Luxor. It had transported me to another realm entirely. Summary of the day. Karnak Temple made me feel like a pilgrim walking through divine architecture.